Round 6 and the final round of the Improved Production Championship was held at the newly renamed Bulk Nutrients Baskerville Raceway. Both under and over championships were still in contention, with this round being sponsored by Leon Duggan's Bridgestone Huonville Tyre Centre. We caught up with Leon, who currently sits 4th in the under 2 litre championship. So Leon, you're the round sponsor for round 6 of the Improved Production Tasmania Championship. What is it that you love about Improved Production?
A really good bunch of blokes that we're racing with, really good even competition. Just sponsored the round. I just thought I'd like to put a little bit of input in through the business, just to help the club out. IP is a great category to run in, and like I say, great competition. Now they've got 6 or 8 under 2 litre cars, and it's making it really, really good.
You've had pretty good success with the Escort over the years, or your 2 Escorts over the years. What's the plan for next year?
Yeah, well, I'll stick with this one running the Z-Tech engine. The blue one's in bits, so I've a bit rough on the equipment with that one, over-revving it and doing heads in, but I do plan on getting that back on the track. And maybe brother Jeff might run that next year in the historic meeting. We'll just see what happens as the year goes on, but no, we'll just stick with this. And I do have a turbo engine to go in it, but I think I'll stay under 2 litre, because I think I'm probably too old for a turbo myself, but to see how we go.
Thank you for all your support this round, and good luck for the rest of the weekend.
Thanks very much, Callan, and thank you for supporting our IP class with all your filming that you do, you and Bruce. That's great. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Anthony McKenzie was back in his repaired Cosworth Escort. The culprit for his round 4 mechanical failure was a loose valve guide. Unbeknown to the team, the valve guide had been causing the valve to leak for a while, with the car unknowingly down on power. The car had a fresh tune and was now on E85 with power back up to around 245 flywheel horsepower. He qualified with an impressive 58.85, a mere 2/10 off the under 2 litre lap record, which was now the team's goal. Kyle Smith was also back in his Datsun 1200 and was keen to try and tag onto the back of Mackenzie to challenge Tassie's current fastest under 2 litre car, although he was doing well just to be competing due to suffering from a debilitating case of man flu. Shane Bond only had to finish a couple of races to be champion, so he ran the car on low boost on the Saturday and turned it up on the Sunday in the cooler conditions to try and lower his lap record while also trialling a taller diff ratio. Sir David Walden had replaced the Rover with Baron von Walden's ex-house BMW E30. He hadn't driven the car before this weekend and would have niggly issues to deal with, including a gear selection issue, which he blamed for this wild off-track moment in qualifying. Although Waldo does have a rallying background, so we weren't sure if he was just a bit confused without a navigator giving him directions. He missed Saturday's races with a computer problem, but had it solved for Sunday. The rest of the field was made up of the usual protagonists that had run this year. It also included newcomer Scott Oost in his boosted FJ20 powered Datsun 1600 that originally started out as a modified road car. This would take the total number of IP competitors who have competed at some stage this year to 22. Due to numerous competitors cross-entered in various classes over the weekend, Improved Production and Sport sedans were combined into a large single grid. Both IP championships were still to be decided. The grid was spread out with many of the sport sedans scattered amongst the IP cars, and there was a huge speed disparity between the front and the rear of the field. less than a lap, the race was red flagged due to Paul Hussey being beached in his BMW E30. In Tassie, officials use a red flag rather than a safety car to ensure the class gets to run its nominated number of laps. The competitors resumed their starting grid spots for race 1, start 2. Scott Oost closed in on Colquhoun's Big Falcon and spotted a Datsun 1600 sized gap at the top of the S's. Unfortunately, the gap was slightly smaller than a 1600 when he got there, and the Big Falcon caused an effective roadblock and scattered those behind. Colquhoun was able to continue, however Oost retired the 1600. Mary White was also a retirement, putting her at risk of losing third in the under 2 litre championship. The race nerves was still lingering for Scott Oost, whose bonnet flew up, leaving the pits for race 2. Luckily, sports sedans do 2 warm-up laps at Baskerville, and he was able to get the bonnet pinned down and catch back up to the field to take his starting position.
Just making sure the bonnet's reasonably secure and it can get out of the pit lane and back into the pit lane properly with paddock, because if that's not cleared, I can...
Nick Simons in the BMW must have also been a bit nervous because he jumped the start by about 5 minutes. He would receive a 5-second penalty. much more settled in race 2, with a sport sedan this time going for an off-track excursion. Scott Oost's nerves had settled and he slowly made progress through the field, while further back Bennett was trying to hold off Duggan to help his partner Mary secure third in the under 2 litre championship. Mick Simons crossed the line in 6th, but after his 5-second penalty was applied, he dropped 3 positions, but still remained 4th in class. Race 2 overs podium was Bond, Colquhoun and Oost, while the unders podium was made up of Mackenzie, Smith and Duggan. Stay tuned for Sunday's races with Waldo and Terry Morling joining the field.